In this video, we are going to take a look at subject-verb agreement. Simply put, it means that if subject is plural, the verb should be plural, and if subject is singular, the verb should be singular. It also means that the person, whether the subject is first person, second person or third person, that should also be reflected in the verb. Okay, let's take an example to understand this better. For example, I take my dog for a walk every evening. Here, the subject is I, and I take my dog, dog will become the object, and walk. So, taking my dog for a walk is the action that I'm doing, and therefore, taking or take is the action here. Okay, so I take my dog for a walk every evening. Here, take is the verb, and therefore, it is reflecting the first person of I. Okay, to make it more clear, let's flip this example. My dog takes me for a walk every evening. Now here, the dog, which is the second person, is taking you for a walk every evening. Here, what is happening is that the subject has changed and automatically it is reflected in the verb, which is takes. So the dog takes while I take. The dog here is a third person and it is taking you, but we are using their takes. And therefore, in this way, we see that there's a reflection of the nature of subject in the verb. This is called subject-verb agreement. Let us take a look at some subjects. Okay, first of all, let us take an example. Ram goes to temple every day. Ram is third person and we are saying goes to temple every day. So here Ram and goes, they are in tandem. So subject is reflected in verb. Ram and Sham both go to the temple every day. Now here, when we are joining two subjects, two singular subjects with an and, it becomes a plural. And this has to be reflected in the verb. Therefore, it will not be goes to temple, rather it would be both go to the temple, which is plural form of that verb. Next, either Ram or Sham. Now in this case, we are joining the two subjects via or. In this scenario, what happens is, whichever subject is closer to the verb has to take the singularity or the plurality of that particular verb. And therefore, here, since it is either Ram or Sham, Sham is singular, therefore it will be goes to the temple every day. Moving on, either the CEO or the directors take the call. Now here, the subject, the directors, is closer to the action which is take, right? Therefore, directors, which is plural, is reflected in the plurality of that particular verb take. And the statement is either the CEO, which is singular, or the directors, which is plural, take the call. Take is plural because it is lying closer to the plural noun. Directions for these questions are as follows. Every sentence is divided in 4 parts, A, B, C and D. There is some error in one of these parts and you have to identify where the error lies. If there is no error in the entire sentence, you may choose to go with option D, which says no error. Let's take a look at an example. Some of the team was unhappy with the captain's decision. Option A, some of the team. Option B, was unhappy with option C, the captain's decision. And option D, no error. In this statement, the part that is incorrect is part B. Why? Now, because team is a collective noun, we take it as singular. However, when we acknowledge the individuals in a team, it is transferred as a plural noun. And therefore, the verb also has to be plural. So, if we can take a look at the statement, some of the team were unhappy with the captain's decision. This is the correct answer. Let's take a look at the next example. My mother showed me where she kept her bunch of keys, but I forgot where they are. Okay, option A, my mother showed where. Option B, she kept her bunch of keys. Option C, but I forgot where they are. And option D, no error. In this statement, the subject is mother's bunch of keys, which is singular because all the keys are forming a bunch and it is a bunch and therefore it is singular. However, the verb that is coming associated with it It is are. Here, the wrong part of the statement is part C. So, because this is singular and this are is plural, we have to change this are to is. Therefore, the final answer would be, my mother showed me where she kept her bunch of keys, but I forgot where it is. Let's take a look at the next example. The Jataka tales are an interesting collection of stories about Buddha and his experiences. Now, option A, the Jataka tales are an. Option B, interesting collection of stories. Option C, about Buddha and his experiences. Option D, no error. In this statement, part A is wrong because the Jataka tales is just a collection of many stories. Therefore, we will have to change the rest of the auxiliary verbs accordingly. Therefore, the correct statement would be, the Jataka tales is an interesting collection of stories about Buddha and his experiences. Let's take a look at the next example. Not only Radhika but also her sister were punished for behaving rudely in the party. Option A, not only Radhika but. Option B, also her sister were. Option C, punished for behaving rudely in the party. And option D, no error. In this statement, part B of the statement is wrong because whenever we use the sentence structure of not only but also, the verb agrees with the subject closest to it. So, in this particular statement, what is the correct statement? Not only Radhika but also her sister was punished for behaving badly in the party because Radhika and her sister both are the subjects. However, her sister is basically the person, is basically the noun with which the verb should agree. Therefore, the correct statement would be, not only Radhika but also her sister was punished for behaving rudely in the party. Let's take a look at another example. The number of people having high resistance towards diseases are exceptionally high in the areas surrounding the jungles. Now, part A, the number of people having. Part B, high resistance towards diseases are. Part C, exceptionally high in the areas surrounding the jungles. And part D, no error. Here, part B of the statement is wrong. It is because when we say the number of people, it is considered as a unit and it basically means that this unit is singular in nature. However, there is a slight difference. If we say a number of people, this particular phrase is considered as plural. Therefore, for this particular statement, the correct answer is, the number of people having high resistance towards the diseases is exceptionally high in the areas surrounding the jungles. So, in this video, we learnt about how to handle the subject-verb disagreement between compound nouns and the verbs, between collective nouns and the verbs, and also between phrasal nouns and the verbs. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video helps you understand the subject-verb disagreement and also helps you tackle it. See you in the next one.